Hey there. Sorry about that false start. Looks like my internet connection decided to reset right in the middle of trying to broadcast. Um, once again, it's Monday, which means it's time for another Market Minute. I am Jay Cottrell, real estate agent with eXp Realty here in the Tri-Cities. And this is my weekly video about where I try to give you a quick update on what's happened in the real estate market over the past week. So this week we have seen the number of new listings entering the market and the number of homes going off market under contract drop a bit. But the one thing that has not dropped is our median sales price, unfortunately. Also, there's a lot of talk about a recession in the national media, and I don't think we're going to see that here locally. I just don't think the numbers support it, and I'll give you those numbers here in a bit. So, anyways, how about we get started this time and hopefully don't get interrupted? So, let's get into it. All right, so what we've seen over the past week is we saw 203 new listings come on the market. We saw 214 listings go under contract, and we're currently sitting just under 1,000 active listings on the market for sale. And the median list price is around 299.9, so not much of a change. And here's what I mean by that. So you can see the number of new listings is down 13 from the previous week, which is a pretty good number, and also the number of new contracts, so homes going off the market with a contract, is down 48 from the previous week. So that is a pretty big number. Not as many homes went under contract over the past week as over the previous weeks. And again, the number of active listings is just under 1,000. Which is just four less than last Monday. So not much of a change there. The median list price went up $900. So again, not much of a change there. In addition to that, the number of price changes, it was at 117 this week, which is 16 fewer than the previous week. So that's the number of homes that we saw have a price reduction over the first week. So not as many price reductions happening over the past week as well. So as you can see, the market is slowing. However, that is not cooling off the sales prices in our market. Now, while they might not be rapidly appreciating like they have over the previous few months and years, it's still pretty high. And here's what I mean by that. So there's been a lot of talk in the national media about a recession. Well, here's a look at what the median sales price has been over the past 4 years. So this is July to date. So July of every year that of the past 4 years, what was the year-to-date sales price? In 2019, it was 150,000. In 2020, it was 163. In 2021, it was 190. And you can see this year it's sitting at 227,000. So I don't know how you define a recession, but that does not look like a housing recession to me. Yes, sales are slowing. Yes, the number of listings on the market is not drastically improving. However, look at those sales prices. We're up almost $37,000 from the previous July, and almost $80,000 from 4 years ago. And so while some of these price reductions have been around anywhere from 1 to at max 7%, you can see that with the numbers being up almost 20% from the previous year, even if some homes are selling at 5 or 7% below their list price, that only brings us down to about a 10 to 15% price increase over the previous year. So unless there's a massive reduction in prices, meaning because it's still a small percentage of the market, unless we start seeing more than half the market start getting price reductions and significant price reductions, I'm talking about double-digit price reductions, I don't see that national housing recession talk that is going on happening here. Now, again, I could be wrong. Nobody knows what tomorrow brings, but just looking at those numbers, I don't think that it's highly likely. Anyways, I hope you found that information helpful. I try to make it relevant for even what the is going on in the news currently. But anyways, if you have any questions over any of that information, please don't hesitate reaching out to me. You can leave me a comment down below, or send me a message, or give me a call. I'll be happy to talk through this information with you. And as always, if you like these if you like this content, please like it and share it and help me get the word out so that more people can see these and know what I do for a living. And as always, if you know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in our area, I would love the opportunity to meet them and see if I can earn their business. Thanks. Hope you have a great week.